The Bepanthen Baby Clinic on Ireland AM, sponsored by Bepanthen Nappy Care Ointment for gentle and effective protection every day.
Thanks, guys. Now, as any parent with a young baby suffering from colic will know, it's an exhausting and a terribly stressful time. So we're here to talk about it this morning. And of course, our baby expert, midwife Margaret Merrigan-Phelan joins me this morning. Good morning to you, Margaret.
Good morning, Anna.
Colic, I know we hear all sorts of awful stories about parents who are traumatised by colic.
That's right.
What is it, first of all?
That's right. Well, colic is the medical term given to babies who cry excessively and frequently, and where other reasons for the crying are excluded.
Okay.
And the old rule of thumb is that it was diagnosed when the child was crying for 3 hours a day, for 3 days a week, for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yes, you can
That's
see
stressful regardless of how relaxed a parent you are, isn't it?
Yes, and parents are often very distressed, very upset, and they think it's their fault.
Okay, or they've done something wrong.
Yes, or they're not comforting the baby, not feeding it right, whatever.
Okay.
But it's none of that, because there's so many theories why colic is colic. They think maybe that it's due to an immature digestive system, it could be an immature immune system or nervous system.
Okay.
So there were many theories, and the cause is still unknown.
Okay, so what are the signs or the symptoms for anyone who isn't sure that their baby might have colic?
Well, it's more usual in the late afternoon or the evening, and it's where the baby will cry excessively. It will go red in the face, it will clench its fists, it will have a wrinkled brow, it will draw up its knees, and you will know that the child is in discomfort or pain.
Okay, passes wind or stools?
It may pass wind or stool, and
the tummy feels hard.
It can feel a little bit distended, and that's why sometimes massage can help here.
Okay.
That if you just gently massage the baby's tummy, that might help release the wind, but also do little tiny exercises, where you draw
so we have our little dolly here. What's
yes,
her name
this
again?
is Mary again.
Mary.
This is Mary. So where you draw up the knees and just put a little bit of pressure here, it can release some wind from and maybe move along stool.
Okay.
But otherwise, just massage with 2 fingers in a circular movement going around can also relieve that tension.
Okay, now if I were to do that, I'd be worried about the pressure. How much pressure should we be applying?
Very little,
Margaret?
because generally speaking, this is going to be a small baby. It comes on when the baby is about 2 weeks old.
Okay.
And it does resolve in about 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
I know that's a long time.
So parents, if you're watching this morning and you're in the thick of it, it's not going to go on forever.
No, it's not going to go on forever. And the good thing is that it doesn't cause any long-term harm to the baby.
Yeah.
And babies with colic thrive. So they feed well, they gain weight, and they hit all their milestones.
Wow,
and,
okay, so there are loads of positives to a baby having colic,
yes,
actually.
Absolutely, yes. And as I say, that massage is good for the parents because it helps me to relax, but it also helps the baby to relax.
It's a nice little ritual to do, actually, for mum and baby or dad and baby on a daily basis,
Well,
isn't
yes,
it?
and we always talk when the baby's born about skin-to-skin contact.
Yes.
So they do love that skin-to-skin contact. Also, holding the baby close and learning what comforts your baby, because what comforts one baby may not comfort another baby. So holding the baby nice and firmly is much better than jigging them around. That's not a good idea.
And actually, it's a really good point, Margaret, because when we're panicking ourselves, we do tend to jig a baby up and down, don't we?
Yes, and then the baby picks up on that, and then they're more fretful. So if you can try and stop the fussing period from becoming too intense, that would be good.
Okay.
Carrying the baby in a sling, because maybe it's not always convenient if you have other children to be carrying the baby around all day, that those little carrier slings that you carry here in the front, the baby again feels comforted and close to you. Also, taking the baby for a walk.
Okay.
The little carrier seats, those little vibrating seats, are also good. That motion seems to help, yes. And probably as a last resort, you might put the child into the car seat and take them for a drive around.
Yes, I've been known to do that myself, Margaret.
There you go. And
you were going to give us a little demo. You were going to sit down on the chair here, so we might get you to do that very briefly.
I was just going to talk very briefly about burping the baby. Whilst babies really burp themselves, we can aid them. So when you have a small baby, if you would bring her forward, supporting her head onto your outstretched hand, and then put a finger or 2 behind and straighten the baby up. Do you see the way there's more or less a straight line up and out?
Yes.
That will help the baby bring up wind.
Right.
Alternatively, I could lay the baby over on my lap, like so, because the warmth of my legs, the pressure of my legs, and just holding the baby firmly, like so. Now again, I'm not doing all this kind of thing. It's just literally calming the baby, and the little bit of pressure might help to bring up the wind. And other than that, holding the baby up here on your shoulder. All of those things, and of course I'll be talking to the baby in a nice calm voice. I might be singing to them. All of that is helpful.
I don't think me singing to a baby would help anyone, Margaret.
I'm sure it would.
You're very calm, and that shows, and obviously that will transfer to the baby as well.
That's the take-home message. Keep calm, seek support, get some help around the house, and that will all help. And
Brilliant.
this will eventually resolve.
Yeah, it's short term.
Yes.
Margaret, thank you very much as always.
Very welcome.
Great calm to the show this morning. It's always lovely to have you here.
Thank
now,
you.
we do have a competition this April. Bepanthen will be exhibiting at the Pregnancy and Baby Fair. They're at stand 5, FB5 in the RDS in Dublin, and that's the 5th and 6th of April, and in Cork City Hall on the 12th and the 13th. And Ireland AM is offering one lucky viewer the chance to win an amazing Bepanthen hamper and 10 runner-up prizes of tickets to the Pregnancy and Baby Fair. So to be in with the chance of winning, all you have to do is answer this question. Call 1550 999 200 or text mother to 57199 and answer this question. Which famous mother caused controversy with her recent Vogue cover? Was it A, Kim Kardashian, B, Victoria Beckham, or C, Beyonce?
The Bepanthen Baby Clinic on Ireland AM, sponsored by Bepanthen Nappy Care Ointment for gentle and effective protection every day.